Okay, I'm making part 2 of my video, and I actually got my phone holder for my camera, so I could actually do the video the right way now. I forgot it last time, but I forgot even where I was when I left off about the bits. I think I was over here with the Hitachis and the Cobalts, which I said don't bother spending your money on these because they're not that durable for the amount of money. You spend a couple more dollars and you get yourself some of these DeWalt impacts here. That's another set. Or try to find this set here. Try to find this set here of DeWalt impacts. But you can find these, I'm pretty sure, at Lowe's. I've definitely seen these at Home Depot, Tractor Supply, if you have a Tractor Supply, or local, sometimes True Value, local hardware stores in the areas usually have these sets, but they go for like, I don't know, 30, 35 bucks because of the impact sockets and stuff in there. Well, every once in a while you can catch these on sale at Tractor Supply. I got it for $22. I said that in the last video. And I was talking about these Craftsman too. I mean, these are great sets. These are good Craftsman sets. A lot of bits. Definitely a lot of bits. But these are just regular bits, in other words. You would use these in your drill driver, not your impact. I mean, you could probably get away with using the bit holder here in your impact or whatever. And it'll probably last for quite a while. But this is the Craftsman impact rated set here, as you see. It's like, these are almost just as good as quality. I consider them just as good quality as the Milwaukee ones. Any of these black Milwaukee bits, they're about the same strength and durability, I'd say, is the Milwaukee ones. So those are good. These are like 22 bucks or 25 bucks on sale sometimes in Lowe's. I wouldn't pay much more than that, 25 bucks, because I've bought most of these Milwaukee kits I've bought for $20 and $25, which Milwaukee's, like I'll keep saying, are the best bits. I mean, you get crazy amounts of bits in Milwaukee, and you get the best bits. Then you get, sometimes they throw in some drill bits here. I mean, DeWalt does that too. Over here, you'll see, obviously, you see these cases in the stores. Certain ones of these are from Lowe's, certain ones of these from Home Depot. Of course, all these Milwaukees are from Home Depot because they don't sell Milwaukee at Lowe's. And of course, all Craftsmans are from Lowe's because this is what Lowe's is selling now, Craftsman, everything. Now I'll come over here to this table, and I think I was talking about the Bosch bits. And this set here says these bits are 10 times, these are the 10 times bits, which were, so were the Milwaukees. When Milwaukee first came out with their bit sets, they were only rated at a 10 times set. But I'll just say, these bits, to me, for what I've used them for, I've actually used this. I've used this 2-inch Torx. Oh, dropped it. This T20 Torx. I used this several times, actually, when I first bought these bits, just to just to test them out and give them a run, see how durable they are. And they actually are. These are pretty good bits. I like them. I don't think they're 10 times. I'll say they're a lot more durable, like I was saying before in the other video. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. My video got cut off. Then I made another video, and I ran out of space on my phone, so I didn't even post the other I don't know, 15-minute video. I just started all over again, so that's where I'm at now. So I forgot where I left off. But these Makita bits, I mean, I like the Makita bits. The best thing I like about the Makitas are these magnetic holders. The magnetic screw holder that slides over the 2-inch bits. You could also use these on, you know, other brand bits, as long as they got the whole hex shank all the way up the bits. You could use these on pretty much any type of 2-inch bits. The bit holder is probably the best thing in this set. The bit holder, the nut holder, the nut drivers, not holders. The nut drivers aren't too bad in the Makita set. I've used them a couple times. This bit holder is actually not that bad. If you could see the color of this here. Well, there you go. You can see it's kind of silver compared to the rest of the bits in here, because I used that quite a bit when I first got these Makitas. But I'll say these are okay to use, and even Porter cables, if you're, even some of these are okay to use. I guess if you're using something smaller like this, like a 12-volt drill or a 12-volt impact driver, something smaller, you know what I mean? These are fine to use for that. And I would say most of these, any kind of bits that you get, like these, that are, you know, regular all-around bits, I would say if you do use them in any kind of these, like whether it's Craftsman, Porter Cable, whether you got the Milwaukee, I wouldn't even try to put one of these bits of any brand. I don't care if it's Bosch, I don't care if it's DeWalt, Craftsman. You know, Milwaukee doesn't even make, well, they do make a silver bit now, but it's not this regular type of bit that's not really impact rated. You know, they're not rated impact, these bits. These are just regular, like I said, all around bits, little bits. So don't use nothing like that. And impact driver, unless it's something like this, okay? Unless it's a bit like this, I'll just show you on my drill. Unless it's a bit like this, even though it's the silver bit here, it's a square drive. This is an actual cheap bit. Well, I wouldn't even say it's, well, yeah, it's kind of cheap. It's got some, and I only drove aluminum screws, and they're pretty big screws. Hold on, I'll show you the screws I drove with those, because I think I got a couple here. Here's the screws. They're gutter screws, basically, and they're pretty long screws. Here we go. I mean, that's a giant freaking screw. I think it's a 10-inch screw. Oh no, it's a 10-pack. Whatever. I don't know. It's a long freaking giant screw though. As you can see, there's a 12-inch. That's my 12-inch Milwaukee bit holder compared to the screw. But this is a square drive too, also. But that's what that bit and this Craftsman drill, that's where that bit comes in the box with the screws. So I mean, if you get one of those silver looking bits, or I don't know, those orange ones, which I have. Let's see, where's one of those orange ones? I have no clue. I just seen it a little while ago when I was looking through these. Oh, I think I got one over here. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the orange ones. These are the deck meat. These are the bits that come with the deck meat. I mean, these ain't too great. Well, they're not too great of a bit. They do wear out, as people know that drive hundreds and hundreds of deck mate screws. Those bits do not last long. So That's another reason why I have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bits all over the place. And I just keep certain ones in my toolboxes. In my truck, I keep, certain ones in my drill bags. What I kind of like to do is when I buy a set of drills, like you see, I have Porter Cable ones because I wanted to see what they were gonna, if they were, worth buying, if they're gonna last in the tool that they're recommended for. So I bought the Porter Cable drill set. I don't know when I even bought these. About a year ago. I've actually had these for only a year. But as you could tell by how dirty they are and worn they are, I did I put these Porter cables. They're not brushless, but I put them to work plenty of times. I beat them up at work, and they still, as you can hear that, you can see that, as you can see. I mean, some people say, oh, they don't like the Porter cables. I like them. They're actually, they're pretty powerful. And I have, as you can see, I have rigid here, my rigid one. This Porter cable actually dry screws, and I think it has a little more power and torque than the rigid impacts. And this is the X4 impact. So is that one. This is actually my very first rigid, and I'm not gonna knock rigid. I love rigid tools. As you can see, this thing is beat to crap. I mean, I use this thing. This is my daily first impact driver that I've got when actually rigid and DeWalt actually first came out with impact drivers is when I bought this. Well, I don't know if it's when they first came out with them, but when I first seen DeWalt impact drivers, and I used one on a job, and I started driving screws with it, I was like, wow, this thing is amazing. I gotta get one of those. But the thing was, why I picked rigid is because I had DeWalt drills years ago. I bought a DeWalt set. I think it was like $70 I paid for it at Home Depot. It was like on a clearance table. So I seen the DeWalt and I was like, ooh, DeWalt. And I got, I bought it. Used the thing for a year. Used the DeWalt for a year. After a year, batteries wouldn't take a charge. I think like I said, I paid $70 or $80 for the DeWalt drill. Two batteries. That's what it was. It was a DeWalt drill, two batteries, and a charger. Then both batteries. The charger still worked, but the battery stopped working. I went to go buy a replacement battery. They wanted $60 or $70 for one battery, and I thought that was kind of ridiculous. So what did I do? Instead of spending it would have been $100 and something dollars on two batteries for my DeWalt. The rigid at the time, this rigid I think was $140. It was like $139. So it was like $140 with tax for the rigid. So, I bought it, tried it, used it. As I said, I've used this thing. Oh, it's stuck. I used this thing from day one. I still use it around my shop. And this is actually, if you can see, that's the original. This is actually the original rigid battery I got with the impact driver, and the battery still works, takes a charge. The one thing that doesn't work that I got with this rigid, and I mean, I got years, I don't know, 6 years I think I've had that drill. Yeah, around 6 years I've had that rigid drill for. The battery doesn't, the charger doesn't work with this, the original charger, which is up there in this rigid bag. That's the bag. Even the bag is like all beat up. But I'm not worried about the charger because I bought this set here, which, as you can see, I use these rigids. You can see how dirty that rigid is. I put those rigids to work. And you can even see this is the new Craftsman line from Lowe's. Look at you can see the wear. You can barely see. Craftsman's almost gone on there. I mean, this is the hammer drill. I don't abuse, of course. I don't. Oh, you can see the front of the hammer drill on here. It's got some little wear on there. You know what I mean? But you can tell I've had this for I want to say 6 months. I've had this Craftsman brushless. This is what I use today, as a matter of fact. This is exactly, I got some freaking gutter seam glue on here that I just took off. But I actually used that impact driver all day today on those long, to drive these. I drove these with that Craftsman impact driver today. I probably put about, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 something of these. Because I had to take the old aluminum nails I had to remove from some gutters. And we called them, you know, if you use aluminum nails, people use those cheap nails in the gutters and they start sliding out after so many years. So I took all the aluminum nails out and put in all those screws there. But the Bosch sets, like I was saying, let me get back to the bits, because now I'm rambling. But these, I like these Bosch bits. This here, oh, where am I? Okay, I'm over here. This here is actually, and I've used this quite a bit because I like this bit. I don't have to switch it. This bit right here is actually, it's actually a number 2 Phillips. If you can see the header out there. Here, let me come over here to the light. There you go. This is actually a number 2 Phillips and a square drive. That Phillips head bit right there that Bosch makes. And I think Bosch is the only company that actually makes, I haven't seen any. I don't know if anybody, leave a comment if you know another company that makes a bit that's an actual number 2 and a number 2 square and a number 2. Well, you could see it there in the case, dual tip. And it really does actually work for both bits, for number 2 and square drives. I've actually used it, as you can see. I've actually used it for both screws one day because I was I don't know, I think I was repairing decks, taking out old nails out of a deck, and I was putting in some Phillips deck screws and some square drive deck screws, whatever the guy had. He just had a random screw, so I used that 2-inch or 3-inch. I think that's a 3.5-inch actually. That 3.5-inch bit right there, and it worked real good. I like it. I mean, I think I drove like at least 15 or 20 freaking screws the day I used that, and the bit's still good. It lasted. So Bosch, I mean, they could be a little bit pricey sometimes, the Bosch sets, but you can get, like, I think I got this set for $10. It was regularly $20 or $24. Usually I think this goes for at Lowe's, this particular set here. And then this set here I got for $10 too at Lowe's. And this set usually goes for, like, I don't know, I think they're the same price, around 20 bucks usually. So a lot of times you'll find these Bosch sets very cheap at Lowe's. And this was actually this big Bosch set right here, if you could see it, big one. That's actually like a $20 or $30 set, which I don't understand how they sell this set. It's mostly all drill bits. I mean, you get 5 bits right there, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 bits on that side. You get 7 bits here. 2, 4, 6. Oh no, 8. Am I counting these right? Wait a minute. No. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, you get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You get 13 bits in it. One of the reasons why I actually like this box set is because it had a little tiny 1/4 inch socket adapter. And I kind of like that. Oh, and it has a countersink in it. But these aren't like the best. They are Bosch. They are like probably the best bits, or most durable bits Bosch makes. But I got that set for a Lowe's was closing down, and I think I paid $6. I paid for this set right here, $6. So I looked at it. I seen the yellow tag on it. And I've seen it before. I was actually going to grab it before when it was like $20 or more. And I never did. And then, I don't know, somebody I was working for one day said, oh, the Lowe's is closing down the street. I want to go there and get some stuff. I went in there, seen this set for like $6 and change. Grabbed it, and it's fine with me. Extra set of bits and drill bits, you know. You can never have enough. That's how I feel, at least. You can never have enough bits. Here's some more actual. These are cheap, real cheap, and I forget how much I paid for these. I don't know. I don't feel like I paid more than $10 for these nut drivers here, but they are real durable. I've used the 1/2 inch one down here where my thumb is. I've used that one, and I've used 13 millimeter, and I've used a 13 millimeter. I don't know. I use quite a few of these nut drivers here, and these also came from Tractor Supply. These are security screw bits too. I got these at Tractor Supply. As you can see, they all the funny shaped screws. They got your Torx, the locking Torx with the little pin in the middle of the thing. It's also got some locking Allen key bits in there. Some three-way, like, I guess that's like a Phillips head there. I forget what you call that. And then it's got the other little ones with the little notches and the flatheads. And actually, I'll say I did use a couple of these already, the smaller ones, and they actually, this metal is like super thin on this bit here, but it actually held up when I took the screw out. It didn't snap or break, but I did use it in a regular screwdriver. Actually, I used it in this Milwaukee screwdriver to take some screws out of something. And I've had Harbor Freight ones. These are from, I keep forgetting the name, Tractor Supply. These are from Tractor Supply also. Cheap, super cheap. I think they're cheaper than the Harbor Freight ones, and I like them because they're long bits. You get like a case with the Harbor Freight ones, but they're all little small bits. They're all little 1-inch bits. So to me, they weren't really worth it, and I think they were like $12 or $13, the Harbor Freight ones that come in a red case. I'm pretty sure they got a red case and a blue case with the same exact bits in it. I don't know why. They just changed the color of the case, I guess. But I had the Harbor Freight ones, and I broke a bunch of them. They're like, I don't even know where they are. They're thrown somewhere if they're not in the garbage. And I said about this before too. The Walt set is actually one of my favorite bit sets, just because it's got a nice ratcheting handle. You could use any 1/4 inch bit in here, and you could actually put a 1/4 inch in there, and you could put a 1/4 inch in the side of the handle too here. And it kind of, I don't know, kind of got a weird shape to it, but the way you could wrap your hand around this thing, I mean, you could get a lot of, you could put a lot of force. You know what I mean? When you're having a problem getting something out, you put, especially, some Allen keys, bigger Allen keys, size like this. I usually rust it in cars, or they're rusted on whatever you're taking off, trying to get off. You throw those bits in here, and you got a lot of, you can put a lot of torque on the whatever you're trying to remove. And you could also take one of these, stick it in the side handle for more leverage, and then you could take one of these and stick it in here, vice versa, and you got a lot of torque. I mean, you got a lot of torque. Just push on it, push on that handle, whatever you're trying to get out. 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get it out with this DeWalt set right here. Any kind of fasteners or bolts or whatever. That's a really good set to have. Tractor Trailer Supply. I think it normally goes for like $30. I don't know. It's 30 or 40 bucks. I pretty almost positive I got that for 25 bucks from 40. I think it was $39, and then it was that was the last one in the store, so I grabbed it. When I see something cheap and it's the last one, I don't know, I always get lucky, I guess, when I go to Tractor Supply. Like, I know somebody was gonna buy this bit set, because it wasn't hanging up where it was supposed to be. And when I went to Tractor Supply a couple weeks before, I seen they had a whole bunch of these, but I didn't buy it because I didn't buy it because I have like all of this stuff all over, bits all over the place. But when it went on sale for 22 bucks from 30 that I seen it in Lowe's and other places, I definitely bought it. Definitely bought it. And same thing with that. I was going to buy this regardless because I needed these. I needed all those long bits to get into places that I actually had to take apart a steering column not too long ago, and I had to use those to get into the casing around the steering column, and it worked. That set worked good. I don't know what else I was gonna say. I know what I was gonna say. When you get bit sets like this set right here, it's the best thing to try to find. Get some socket adapters, because I'll just say one thing about what Milwaukee did with these socket adapters. I'm going to show you right now. They made these things, if you could see, you see they got little detents here. So when you do use them in any of these bit holders, the little ring locks in there, okay? But there's something missing on this bit, or adapter, I should call it. There's something missing on this adapter, and I'm going to show you right here with this Milwaukee one. Now look at this Milwaukee one compared to the sizes. See how this has that little notch in it? Like all bits, if you look at any bit, 2-inch bit, it has that notch in it. Well, let's come over here. Let's come over here to and I didn't try this yet, but here, let's come over here. Put that there. Put those there. Hold on, because I want to try this in my different impact drivers, just to see. Because what I found out when I actually bought, and I'll explain. I bought these. See, I have a separate set of these. I have the set that came with this kit for like a week before I bought the 3-pack with the half-inch. I'm all over the place with my camera. Sorry. I bought the half-inch, the 3/8. Of course, these are a pain in the neck to get out of. And here's the 1/4-inch and a 1/4-inch. And this was actually a separate pack than the ones that came in this kit, because I had this kit first and I wanted those socket adapters. I needed the 1/4-inch impact. So, and I wanted the half-inch. But let's go back over here now. What I was saying. This freaking thing, as you'll see right now. Okay, I got it in the driver. Okay, yay, it spins. But watch this. I mean, it holds a tiny bit. It's got a little bit of a hold. And look, now it's stuck. Okay, there it goes. See, it's got a little tiny bit of a hold, but oh, where'd it go? It's over here on the floor. It doesn't friggin' lock in. This stupid thing Milwaukee made. I mean, I still like it because I could take my Milwaukee screwdrivers like this, pop that out. This got a magnet. Yeah, okay. Yep, it's good for that. It's good to use for a socket adapter if you want to turn your screwdrivers into a nut driver. But for a drill, like, why do they give you this? Why do they give you this in your sets with all your bits for your impact driver if this doesn't? I'm not sure if it chucks up and holds in a Milwaukee drill, maybe. I don't know. Leave it in the comments if you tried this in your Milwaukee drill and it only holds in a Milwaukee, because I'll tell you what, it doesn't hold in the Makita collet. And also Craftsman, because this is a self. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, it's just my Makita drill. Okay, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it does. It actually locks into my Craftsman. Okay, now I'm happy because I didn't think this was gonna work. It sure does. Okay, that's in there. Nice. Let's see if I can get it out one-handed, holding the camera. Probably not, because it's really in there. Well, at least, okay. Now I'm kind of happy with that. So I guess it does lock into the Milwaukee chuck, but I cannot use, which I'm not really going to use this 12-volt Makita anyway, regardless, for, you know, trying to